We've got a slight issue with this door that I wanted to show you. Looks okay, right? Opens and closes fine. Let's take a closer look at this and see what's going on here on why this door needs to be repaired. Let's take a closer look down here. Here's the bottom edge of the door, and it's starting to pull away. Look at that. Somehow I've got to see if I can fix that. You see how that's lifting away? I'm going to put my whole putty knife in there and move that out. And there's even some right there on that edge, and that's pulled away too. Now I thought doors like this weren't supposed to do that. Look at that. We have to replace the door just yet? Well, I'm going to try to fix this with my good old liquid nails. I'm going to use this stuff. It's called heavy duty liquid nails. I'm going to see if I can't fix that. I look further up on the door, and there's some more. See that outline right there? All the way along there? It's kind of raised right there. Some moisture's come into this door. And we're in a little bathroom, and there's a shower close to this door, and the moisture's gotten inside of here, and it's kind of bulging this. Once it breaks the skin, the door is going to be all over. You're going to have to replace the door or patch it, do a Mickey Mouse patch on here. Good thing is it is on the back side of the door, so when you open the door all the way, it fits up against the wall. You know, and then there's a shower over here. Okay, see how that door is? See when it opens up against the wall? It's right up next to the shower. And granted, not much water is going to hit it, but the steam of the shower gets on the edge of that door. There it is. See, it's starting to lift right there. Now if we can catch that soon enough and clamp that down and glue it back together and maybe put a little touch-up paint on there, I think this door is going to last a little bit longer. I'd rather do that than replace this door right now. Now usually when you have a door like this, see, it's got the raised edges all the way around the door, and these types of doors paint up really nice. But usually the side rails, these side rails right here, sometimes are solid wood. And then you wouldn't get that problem with it pulling apart like this one is down here. Man, that kind of amazed me. I thought that was a solid piece of wood. See, there's that indentation, that little growth there. Got some water damage in there, and that's pulling apart, and that's why that tells me this side panel is not hard, a full piece of wood. It's a veneer that's glued over a side piece, and then they've painted it and everything. When it was all together, it looked fine. You never could tell the difference, but this is hardboard material. And it's only maybe a 1/4 inch. And it's layers and layers and layers of like crushed cardboard material. And once it starts peeling back, it's hard to get fixed. So that's why, you know, I'm going to attempt this repair. How long is it going to last? I'm not sure. But if we can get it now, I think it'll last a few years longer. See what I mean? See all that? Look at all those different layers of material. And when it's all matted together and glued, it's fine. Once it starts lifting, it doesn't take long for it to do more damage. See there? I don't know, maybe 20 different pieces of little cardboard material in there, all sandwiched together. Once this gets too bad out of shape, you might as well go ahead and get a new door. You know? This is how they make doors a little bit cheaper, by getting this type of material. But if you have a choice between a door like this with skins on the sides for a paint grade door, you might want to think twice. You might want to look and see if they have solid wood rails, this whole piece over here. You know, from here to there. If that was solid wood plus the bottoms, you know, that bottom rail on the door there, that's that same material. But if that was all wood, you wouldn't have these problems. You might eventually have a problem in the gap right there, you know, and lots of times you have that, like on exterior doors or your back doors to your garage. Go look at that, and if it's years upon years, that thing's probably all falling apart because they only last so long, especially on exterior conditions. But take a look at your doors, especially the ones in your bathroom, and see if there's anything like this, and if there is, maybe you can fix it and save your door. Well, how much does a door like this cost, Joe? Well, you can get a door like this. I'm just gonna throw out a number here. $50 maybe for this slab door. It's not a slab, it's got the rails on there and stuff. Paint grade door. But then you gotta order it with the hinges mortised in there and the doorknob in there, undercut, the right size, the right length to fit this opening. And you could order that from a door company, and they'll charge you for the door as well as all their prep work. If you measure it right, you might be able to take this door right out and pop the new one right in and have it all match up, the hinges, the door strike on the edge of the door, and you have them undercutted as well. Okay, but that's not the entire cost. You've got to do that. You've got to go pick it up. You've got to order it, and you've got to prime it, or you can get a pre-primed door. Then you've got to paint it to match everything else before you put it in. So, you know, quite the little project, but hey, if you're a handy type of person, I think you can do it. If you need to replace a door like this, last thing you want is, do you really have to contact a contractor and get them to put that in? You know, they're going to charge you a bit because they're going to charge you time, all of their time, plus the material, plus they're going to charge you overhead and profit, because that's how you run a business. You can't just, if you're a contractor, you can't just charge somebody for your time. You're in it to make a profit like any business. So, you know, it could get kind of pricey to replace a door like this. So that's why I'm gonna fix it and make some repairs on here. Cross my fingers that the liquid nails is gonna work. I'm freaking out. I've got a little project I gotta do with liquid nails and I don't have any. What am I gonna do? I've got to stop what I'm doing right now and I'm going to the store to get my liquid nails. It's always good to have some liquid nails around. I usually use that for my insurance policy because I never know when I'm going to need it. I'll be right back. Yes! They had it. Hey, but you know what? Most hardware stores have it, so you shouldn't have to worry too much about finding the liquid nails at your local hardware store. Now, if you know me by now, I always seem to find something that needs liquid nails. And you may think, hey, this doesn't look like the liquid nails you use, Joe. Well, it's a little bit different. This is heavy duty. I usually use the blue label, and that was the original, I call it. But I saw this at the store, and I thought, you know, I'm going to try this heavy duty. And I looked at it, and the difference, I think the main difference is it's for exterior use as well as interior. The red label, Liquid Nails, just says interior, but the heavy duty, interior and exterior, baby. This is the stuff I think I'm going to use from now on, because, you know, if you got most of your projects, interior projects, and you use Liquid Nails, maybe you're going to have half a tube left or a quarter of a tube left, and maybe there's something on the exterior that you need to use just a pinch of Liquid Nails. Now you can, with confidence, if you use the heavy duty. You gotta get some of this stuff. Were you listening? If you were listening close, when I first said what I generally use is Liquid Nails, the blue label, the stuff I used to use was the red label. And I'm calling this section here the red label. The red label was the original Liquid Nails. And this, I think I'm going to start liking this better. This is the blue label, and it's the heavy duty. Now this was only, I don't know, maybe 50 cents more than the red label. So get used to this. This is your friend. Always have some of this ready for your next project, because you know what? You never know when you're going to need the good old Liquid Nails. Of course, the heavy duty Liquid Nails. You know, I'm choosing to use the extra duty, the heavy duty Liquid Nail, because it works for interior and exterior conditions. And because this door swings up against this side here, and then there's a shower over here, I'm going to say that's kind of mimicking exterior conditions, because there's going to be moisture on the back side of this door all the time and down there by the edge, right? So I'm going to use this heavy duty Liquid Nails, and I think it's going to work.